So, I think I did a river video a while ago, and I remembered talking about how, like, I had issues with some things not quite working. If I can get to the right output selected, please. Thank you. So, finally figured out, sort of, I guess, kind of, getting Rivercarro working. So, if I open up, basically what I've got is so the version of Rivercarro that I've got is the AUR version. That's the Git repo, and that's finally what I got working. So the reason I wanted Rivercarro was because it was basically River Tile, but it had Monocle, which was kind of something that like I kind of use pretty consistently in Awesome, and I didn't want to quite be without it. So you can see I've got the Monocle right here. So if I hit Super W, it does the Monocle thing. So now I can go between the clients. This was kind of a big deal for me that, like, I wasn't quite fully into, River without it. Let me see. I've had some interesting, like, focus things when I move the window around, but it may not be the case. I think it may be some things that are being weird about it when I was doing it. So the thing that I've been kind of messing around with it since is playing different games in it. So if we go over the config currently as it stands, I'm still working out a couple other things. I've got to add more keys to it and set other things up. Could probably set up so the one-liners for different modes to work properly. So yeah. So we've got the file manager mode and so on. I could probably test that otherwise, but so I've got WPaperD running, of course, which I've already shown off with the DWL rice. And then I've got all my PyBar stuff running. I've got Dunst for notifications, which I don't think I haven't quite set up too much or seen work too much, but yeah. And then of course MPD. So if I go over and see NCPPP, we've got that pulled up. So MPD runs just fine and everything else. I don't really have an auto start separately. Oh, I do have to like mess around with some of the focus stuff because it's being kind of weird, but yeah. So the thing that I've been messing around with it more is games and YouTube at the same time. Because in Xorg, what happens is YouTube videos kind of like touch down and it gets really weird. Currently, I have D menu set up as the launcher, but yeah, I had to reorder Waybar, and I will be doing more Waybar stuff as well. But so if I have been streaming from River, which has made it a bit smoother, but I can get pretty good frames on it now, watching both YouTube and playing Kenshi, which is nice. Come on, game. Anytime now. So I do have to full screen it manually. Oh, it's the other one, of course. Okay. So sounds work just fine, of course. There was some weird things with OBS when I was like trying to run it up this time around, where I had to run the OBS portal script that I have set up to like make sure everything works. So then I could select the output that I wanted to get into Pipewire, because nothing in Pipewire would work otherwise. So any Pipewire video stuff was not showing up, and it wouldn't let me do it until I did that. So it was being kind of weird, but yeah. So yeah, once the game loads up, it's actually pretty smooth. But yeah, when I process the video, it will come out as like 30 frames. But yeah, I may have to do it at 60 frames just so that you can see it a bit better. But yeah, it does stay like pretty smooth pretty well when working with it. So yeah. I mean, Kenshi's a pretty beefy game too. It basically makes my fans spin up almost immediately. It's about like compiling my kernel whenever there's an update. So, because I can hear the fan running like right now. But yeah, games run pretty smoothly. I can sit there, have YouTube, OBS, and well, I can have YouTube and a game going at the same time, and it's decently smooth. OBS obviously doesn't like kill it too much, but yeah. The one thing I like about River is it does have like the server client model going, so you can do River CTL and it will basically run the thing. So it's got that BSPWM thing going on, and a lot of the DWM and awesome things going on as well. So, which is why I've kind of like tried to like steer more toward River, but I will still be messing around with DWL a little bit more now that I've got like some of my larger hiccups figured out. It's just figuring out that daggummed monocle mode or view. No, wait. No, there is a monocle view. It's figuring out getting a bar working with IPC properly now that I have to do. And then probably figuring out SWHKD. So I haven't added SWHKD, of course, to my stuff, which I do have installed. But it's just a matter of configuring it and double checking on what from SXHKD transfers over, because some of the features I know back a few months ago weren't there, like the chaining and chords or what else, so will be double checking on that. But yeah, other than that, this is basically what I've got for River, and of course I'll probably be working more intensively on the River config, because that's probably my preferred one. Because another thing with it is that if I open OpenMW, it starts up full screen. Load. I've been testing on this thing. So there is some weird ghosting that does go on occasion, and I think that's an Wayland thing in River. But other than that, it is like really smooth. So I can sit here and run through and play just fine. And I don't run into the losing focus issue that I was on DWL. So I'm not forced to play controller like I did that one stream a while ago, because I kept losing mouse focus by turning to the right constantly. There are some other quirks that, I've found otherwise. So like if I do so if I move the mouse around while I am doing stuff, then it does like crank it around really hard. But yeah, that's just me getting ahead of myself for the most part, so I can, yeah. There's kind of a fine, line between what you're able to get away with, basically. But yeah, other than that, River does do it pretty well. I think for the most part it implements a lot of sway things as well. So that's why it works that way. They kind of derive things from sway, which is pretty standard now, but yeah. For the most part, and I do have, so you'll notice in my way bar, I do have the mode thing brought up so that I can tell what mode I'm in. So like when I'm working in the browser mode, I can tell. But I still don't pay attention sometimes, so yeah. Oh. That's something that I will have to work out otherwise. But yeah. River works pretty well now. I haven't updated it. Well, no, I've updated it a couple weeks ago. But yeah, I will be experimenting more and more with Wayland and doing some more of the things that I do regularly with it. And I will probably be updating it here because I've mostly used Wayland on the TKG kernel for one, so that may be helping some of the performance. And I haven't quite tried it with the Zen kernel just yet to see how that compares, but I might do that. I'm still not quite sure. If you enjoyed the video, then like, comment, subscribe, feed the algorithm, boost the video up, share this video with your friends. If you found it informative or you just want to chat, I've got plenty of places in the description, Discord, Guilded, and what have you. Check those out, and I will see you guys in the next one.